In a small village nestled between rolling hills and vast savannas lived a boy named Mosi. Mosi was born with extraordinarily large ears. His ears flapped in the wind and sometimes seemed to have a life of their own. From an early age, Mosi became the subject of ridicule among his peers. They called him names and laughed at him, making him feel like an outcast. Despite his sadness, Mosi's mother, Mama Amina, always told him that his ears were a gift. She would whisper stories of ancient heroes and wise men who also had unique features that set them apart. She reminded him that greatness often came from those who were different. One sunny afternoon, as Mosi was walking through the market, a group of children started teasing him. "Look at Mosi. His ears are so big, he can hear what the birds are saying," they jeered. Mosi's heart sank and he hurried away, tears welling up in his eyes. Mosi's only solace was the time he spent by the river. One day, as he sat by the river, an old man approached him. The man had kind eyes and a warm smile. "Why do you look so sad, young one?" he asked. Mosi hesitated, but then poured out his heart to the stranger. The old man listened patiently and then said, "Mosi, your ears are a gift. They allow you to hear things that others cannot. Embrace your uniqueness, for it will lead you to your destiny." Intrigued by the old man's words, Mosi began to pay more attention to the sounds around him. One night, as he lay in bed, he heard a faint whispering. It was the wind, carrying messages from distant places. Mosi listened carefully and realized he could understand the language of nature. Mosi decided to share his discovery with his mother. Mama Amina listened in amazement as Mosi repeated the messages he heard from the wind and the trees. "You have a gift, my son. You must use it to help our village," she said. Soon after, great drought struck the village. The rivers dried up, and the crops withered. The villagers were desperate and did not know what to do. Remembering the old man's words, Mosi decided to use his gift to save his people. He walked to the center of the village and called for everyone's attention. "I can hear the whispers of nature," he announced. "The wind tells me that there's a hidden spring deep in the forest. If we find it, we can save our village." Led by Mosi, the villagers ventured into the forest. Mosi listened to the whispers of the trees, guiding them through the dense foliage. After hours of searching, they finally found the hidden spring. The water flowed crystal clear, and the villagers rejoiced. Mosi's discovery saved the village, and the people hailed him as a hero. The children who once teased him now admired his bravery and unique gift. Mosi's large ears, once a source of ridicule, had become a symbol of hope and resilience. The old man who had spoken to Mosi by the river returned. He revealed himself to be a wise elder from a distant land, traveling to find the next great hero. "You have proven yourself, Mosi," he said. "Your ears are not a curse, but a blessing. You have the power to hear the world and protect those who cannot." With his newfound confidence, Mosi embraced his gift wholeheartedly. He continued to use his ability to help his village, predicting weather changes and understanding the needs of the land. The villagers no longer saw him as the boy with big ears, but as a wise and courageous leader. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Mosi sat by the river, lost in thought. He felt a gentle breeze on his face and closed his eyes, listening to the wind. To his surprise, he heard a new message, one that spoke of an approaching danger. "The rivers are angry, the mountains restless. A great flood is coming," whispered the wind. Mosi's heart raced. He knew he had to warn the village. He hurried back and called for an emergency meeting. The villagers gathered around him, their faces filled with concern. The villagers trusted Mosi's gift and quickly began to pack their belongings. Mosi led them to a safe place on a nearby hill, away from the river. The elders and children were helped first, and everyone worked together, showing unity and strength. As night fell, the sky grew darker, and thunder rumbled in the distance. The villagers watched anxiously, hoping Mosi's warning had given them enough time. The first drops of rain fell, soon turning into a torrential downpour. The river, once a gentle stream, became a raging torrent, overflowing its banks and flooding the village. The next morning, the rain had stopped and the floodwaters began to recede. The village was damaged, but thanks to Mosi's warning, everyone was safe. The villagers returned to rebuild, their spirits unbroken. Mosi's gift had saved them once again. In honor of Mosi's bravery and wisdom, the villagers decided to hold a celebration. They gathered in the village square, where Mosi was presented with a beautifully crafted spear, a symbol of leadership and protection. The villagers cheered, and Mosi felt a deep sense of belonging and purpose. Mosi knew that his gift was not just for him. He began to teach others to listen to the whispers of nature, passing on the wisdom he had gained. The village flourished under his guidance, and the children grew up learning to embrace their unique gifts. Years later, a young girl named Naya arrived in the village. She had heard tales of Mosi's wisdom and sought his guidance. Naya was curious and eager to learn, and Mosi saw the same spark in her that he once had. Mosi took Naya under his wing, teaching her to listen to the wind and understand its messages. Naya quickly learned and began to hear the whispers of nature. She shared her insights with the villagers, helping them in times of need. To honor Mosi and celebrate Naya's new role, the villagers decided to hold an annual festival of the Whispering Wind. People from neighboring villages came to join in the festivities, bringing gifts and sharing stories of their own. As years went by, Nia continued to lead the village with wisdom and compassion. She trained others to listen to the wind, ensuring that Mosi's legacy would never be forgotten. The village prospered, and the bond between the people and nature grew stronger. One day, Naya heard a new message from the wind. It spoke of a drought approaching, one that could last for many months. She knew she had to act quickly to prepare the village and ensure they had enough resources to survive. Naya gathered the villagers and shared the news. They began to store water, gather food, and prepare for the long months ahead. With Naya's guidance, they built new wells and improved their irrigation systems to conserve water. The drought came as predicted, but the village was ready. Despite the harsh conditions, they had enough resources to sustain themselves. Naya's foresight and the villagers' hard work paid off, and they endured the drought with resilience and strength. The drought brought the villagers closer together. They shared what they had and supported each other through the difficult times. Naya's leadership and Mosi's teachings had created a community that could withstand any challenge. Eventually, the rains returned, bringing life back to the land. The villagers rejoiced, grateful for their resilience and the wisdom that had guided them through the drought. Nia and the elders gave thanks to Mosi's spirit, knowing his legacy had helped them survive. Mosi's story continued to be told for generations. His gift, once seen as a curse, had become a symbol of hope and strength. The villagers taught their children to listen to the whispers of nature and embrace their unique gifts, ensuring that Mosi's legacy would live on forever. Every year, on the anniversary of Mosi's discovery of the hidden spring, the villagers made a pilgrimage to the sacred site. They offered prayers and thanks, celebrating the day that had changed their lives forever. A new generation of children grew up learning about Mosi and Naya. They were taught to value their unique gifts and to listen to the world around them. The village thrived, filled with young leaders ready to continue the legacy. The trees near the shrine became known as the Whispering Trees. Villagers believed that if you listened closely, you could hear Mosi's voice, offering guidance and wisdom. Many came to the shrine seeking answers and found solace in the whispers. Naya appointed new guardians to continue the tradition of listening the wind. These guardians were chosen for their sensitivity to nature and their dedication to the village. They became the protectors and guides, ensuring the village's prosperity. One day, a sudden and violent storm threatened the village. The new guardians listened to the wind and guided the villagers to safety. Their swift actions and calm leadership saved many lives, proving the importance of their role. To ensure the village's future, a council of elders was formed, including Nia and the new guardians. They met regularly to discuss the well-being of the village and to plan for any challenges ahead. Their wisdom and collaboration kept the village strong. The villagers decided to create a new festival to honor nature's gifts. The Festival of Nature celebrated the harmony between the people and the land. Songs, dances, and rituals that connected them to their ancestors and the spirit of Mosi. As Naya grew older, she felt the need to explore beyond the village and share Mosi's teachings with other communities. She embarked on a journey, visiting neighboring villages and spreading the wisdom, listening to nature. Nia's journey had a profound impact. Other villages began to adopt the practice of listening to nature, and the wisdom of Mosi spread far and wide. Communities flourished, and a network of villages connected by shared values and respect for nature was formed. Even after Nia's time, the whispers of Mosi continued to guide the villagers. His legacy lived on in every breeze, every rustle of leaves, reminding them to listen, to learn, and to embrace their unique gifts. The story of Mosi, the boy with the big ears, became an eternal whisper of wisdom and hope. Thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.